The Diary of a Certified Psychopath. Off the crank. Spin fusion. Set sail after sipping my way through half a souvenir mug of our country's best-loved leaf-based libation, this time one of a resolutely regional strain, sustainably cultivated in fields somewhat more remote than its sprawling moors and vertiginous dales, but nonetheless each green finger humanely selected and hand-picked to ensure the fullest-bodied flavour, then machine-dried and sealed in biodegradable bags that their consuming connoisseurs shall ensure are used to afford their freshly brewed beverage its regulatory shade of builder's orange, in naturally lime-infused tap water. Now where was I? Ah yes. Set sail with all the conviction of a kite surfer whose parachute had been replaced with a giant tea strainer, rolling steadily up to cruising velocity within a few vaguely circular but invariably choppy pedal strokes, before being confronted with the familiar sight of a stationary tailback at Shell Springs roundabout, which caused me to take instinctive evasive action by heading straight on at its northern exit for a spontaneous detour around Cecil Pashley Way. This recently resurfaced 2-mile stretch of locally fabricated asphalt should not be confused with the Stratford-based manufacturer of Britain's most famous classic bike brand, but is in fact christened after the founding father of Shoreham's maiden aviation school, whose aspiring squadron commanders in their droning fleets of Piper Cherokees were, on this drizzly Wednesday dawn, conspicuous by their blissfully silent absence from the skies over my hometown's short-haul airport. Gave wide berth to an on-piste trailblazer as we careered through this scenic detour's substantial industrial estate, before sweeping left onto its longest straight, where I executed some half-hearted and quarter-arsed postural intervals between its gauntlet of speed bumps, glancing left as I approached Almond Avenue to survey what was formerly the eastern plot of my neighbouring town's ambitious greenish-beige field housing project. The expansive Monk's Park development, which occupies a sizable area of land previously belonging to its historic namesake farm and monastery, pledged to construct over 600 luxury apartments for permanent home seekers eager to establish a firm foothold on our prohibitive property ladder's rickety first rung, though from my double-hunched perspective, wondering whether I'd reach Shoreham's swankiest health food store in time to forage gluten-deficient oatcakes and their last bag of organic walnut fragments, all I glimpsed were numerous square furlongs of affordable but wholly empty office space. Rewind and roll on. Now let us see what occurs if we slow it down and spin it backwards, maintaining a casual cadence of no greater than 70 RPM. Not the direction of my pentagonal pedal strokes, that is, otherwise we very rapidly proceed nowhere. Unless I were a Bosch-certified e-doper who'd hacked their mid-engine steed's proportional power output to provide an effortless mode akin to Zwift's free-wheeled coffee breaks, or had a hub-based motor whose regulated DC is typically controlled by a twist-style throttle bolted to the appropriate handlebar, and allows its operator to manually administer their desired degree of headwind-dependent assistance. The it, in this case, that I ventured to reverse, was the bulk of yesterday's resolutely localised route across stomping ground so ancient that every pothole has its own postcode. As such, my loosely inverted excursion yielded next to nothing groundbreaking, save for the soul-stirring sight that an iPhone's handheld camera captured while westbound along Shoreham's deserted airfield, where grassy verges and runways stretched west towards a moody horizon, crowned by the ever-imposing form of Lancing College's majestic chapel, which loomed large over lush acres of surrounding forestry, stretching its spire towards the thickening shrouds of pearl-lined stratus silk, that hovered a wing's width out of reach, in an amorphous tapestry, shifting forms at the subdued behest of a lilting southerly soliloquy, and obscuring the sun-kissed crests of many a cumulus cotton candy mountain.